morning. I'm Bob Beaton, Executive Director for Board and Curriculum Services, and we're broadcasting here today from the Holland Woods Middle School, where we have the 4th annual CO2 Race Car Challenge. And I have with me the host principal this morning, Mr. David Epley. And David, we just had some excitement over here. It's just like a drag strip where one of those babies blew up, so that added a little bit of excitement to it. But could you tell us how you view the Industrial Arts Technology program and the value that you see for the students in your building?
Well, the Industrial Arts program here is integral to our education. It combines all the different disciplines: math, science, physics, writing, and all of these things are put together and accumulating into what we have here today. It's really exciting, and the kids have got a lot of background knowledge in a lot of career areas now too. So, and it addresses our meat concerns too.
Well, thank you, and I understand you had an outstanding career day last Friday.
I was very pleased with that. The school was filled. We had over 50 presenters here, and each of our students had the ability to go to 3 different career areas and explore those areas, and we got a lot of great feedback from the community and from our students and from our teachers.
Well, I know it's we want to say a special thank you to the Holland Woods staff, but were there 2 or 3 people that really were behind the scenes or out front making this work for you?
I think a big thanks has to go out to Mark Hanton and Darlene Tolan for all the energy that they put into it. It's a lot of effort and a lot of organization that went into it, and they really deserve a lot of credit for it.
Well, a special thank you to Darlene and Mark then for their efforts. And David, we want to thank you again for being the host this year of this event. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing to have the CO2 race car races go on as we're broadcasting to you. And of course, we're promoting drugs are trash so that we can always have that message to students that there are better things to do than try drugs. And one of them is to consider hobbies that would promote their careers. This is one of our fine judges, Ed Breslin from WPHM. And Ed, we'd like to get your feeling about this and your first impression.
This is pretty amazing, walking in here and seeing all the cars on the table this morning for display. It was amazing how much work had gone into designing these cars, the engineering, the aerodynamics, the paint jobs, just the work that's gone on. These students continuing their other work is spectacular.
Well, thank you very much, and we really do appreciate all the work that goes into it with the students and the teachers. And we hope that this will continue to grow and get bigger and better, and we hope that you'd consider being a judge for us again.
Well, especially now having seen a couple of them go down the track, it's really fun to be here.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Ed. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. I have another one of our judges, Diane Kokonos from Collins and Aikman, the former Textron company down in Industrial Development Park. And Diane is the plant manager, and she just runs everything down there, right, Diane?
Right.
All right. Well, Diane, what's your impression of what you see the first time that you've been here?
I'm just totally impressed with the talent. It was very difficult to determine out of all the categories which was the best, because there's so much to choose from and so many good designs, so many good finishes.
Well, we sure appreciate you being a judge, and we'd hope that you consider coming again.
Oh, I'd love to. That's a good way to spend the morning.
Well, it sure is a wonderful way of promoting math and science and reading and technology and putting it all together in what we call either project learning or integrated learning. And of course, there are many new terms that keep coming out, but the fact of it is, when you can put it all together, it helps employers down the road, because students learn to work together. They learn to be creative, which gets in the fine arts component of it, and then hopefully maybe we'll produce some engineers for you and your company.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm trying to project into the future and see the future designers and engineers out of this group, and I'm sure there'll be many of them.
Well, you just never know what's going to push a button for a certain child that will cause them to get excited about a particular career. And of course, with our career prep and career education program in the Port Huron Area School District, that's always something that we're trying to keep in the minds of students, that there is life after high school and after college, and that's simply, what am I going to do? So thanks once again, Diane, for being a judge. We appreciate you.
You see at this table here, just so you know what's going on. I have a team of mathematicians. Okay, they're doing calculations for miles per hour, the average speed. If you look at this track here, when they first start off, they're going what speed? How fast are they going when they first start off? They go 0. When they get to the end here, we don't have a radar, but they should be accelerating the whole distance. We're hoping this is a longer track than what we've had before. We've decided to experiment here. And it's accelerating, so we can only figure out average speed. They have a formula that they use. At the computer here, we are entering the time so that we have an accurate reading of who's going to be the fastest time, first, second, and third. And we'll be able to announce that at the end. Okay? Of course, all the pit crews we have pit crews at the end here that are going to be taking cars off at one point. And of course, the pit crew at the beginning here, they are going to, Tim and Mike are going to be putting the cars on. There's always a delay, just a slight delay because it takes time, just like at a regular race. So, based upon these designs of whether it's aerodynamic, the lightness of the car will determine how fast the car can really go. Okay? And I understand that this is going to be on Channel 6. I'm not sure what the date is on that. But if you want to see this in its entirety, you will be able to watch this on Channel 6 in the near future, I believe. Okay? Okay. Do we want to announce the 3 categories? Okay? I'll be glad to announce 3 categories.
We're each going to do one.
Oh, okay. You want to do it? That's fine. You want to do it? No. Okay.
All right, as you know, we have 3 categories here: most original design, best finish, and best show. And I have the honor of announcing the most original design or most unique design. In 4th place, I'm not sure if it's called Corey or not. I think so. Corey Horton. Corey Horton here. Corey Horton's right here. Car number 16. And then in 3rd place, we have car number 10, Tim Williams. Where's Tim at? Tim? All right. Tim had 3rd place. In 2nd place, car number 25, Patrick Wiswell. And in 1st place for most original design was Robert McDougall. Congratulations to all you guys.
All right. So, just a moment. We're going to present the trophies. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a car number.
I'll do this.
So this was for
Okay.
most original design. So we can have those students up here. We'd like to present those trophies now. So that'd be Robert McDougall, Patrick Wiswell. Is it Wiswell? Wiswell, thank you. Tim Williams, and then of course honorary Corey Horton. Yeah, why don't you guys go around? Okay, again, 3rd place is Tim Williams. Right here. Second place is Patrick Wiswell. And 1st place, Robert McDougall.
The next category we decided was best finish, and 4th place went to number 25, again, Patrick Wiswell. So don't get too comfortable. 3rd place was number 9 car, Butch Decker. Second place was number 44, Mike Millsap. And our choice for the best finish in the show was car number 14, Jeff Davidson.
Those guys here? Come on. Come on down. Okay, there's.
Did I take fourth place?
You got fourth place, so it's kind of an honorary thing.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. In your like here, second. Congratulations. Yeah, your good work. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Diane Kokonos. I'm plant manager of the Holland and Aikman. I have the honor of announcing Best in Show, beginning with the fourth place, car number 14, Jeff Davidson. Third place, car number 42, Derek Smith. Second place, car number 46, Bruce McFadden. And first place for Best in Show, car number 49, Jordan Frazier.
Derek. Good to go. Congratulations. Second place. Bruce. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, well done. You're gonna.
On behalf of the Portland Area School District, we would like to thank our judges, Mr. John Wunsch from the St. Clair County ISD Technology Center, Mr. Ed Breslin from WPHM, and Diane Kokonos from the former Textron company called Caldwell Aikman? Holland and Aikman. Thank you very much. So once again, we try to get people from the community who might have an interest and an unbiased ability to judge these contests. And so thank you very, very much. And at this point in time, if the gentleman over there would bring over our presents for the judges, we'd sure appreciate it. Can you bring those over, please? This is a little token of our appreciation for you taking time out of your very busy schedule to be a judge for us. And without you, frankly, it would be impossible to have a winner. So thank you very much. Mr. Houghton, I'd like to thank Dennis Houghton, the host of this year's CO2 Race Car Challenge, for all the extra work that he does behind the scenes, setting this all up, because when you're the host, as you know, when you have a party, there's a whole lot of things that go on behind the scenes. And then also, if the other teachers from the other middle schools would come forward, I'd like to introduce them and thank them for all of their hard work as well. We've got Mr. Brian Warren, Chippewa, Mr. Michael Batchelor from Fort Gratiot, Tim Brandon from Central, and Tom Sakini from Port Huron South. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to race. One of the things that we try to do is to integrate technology into this event, and we have 5 students from Chippewa Middle School under the direction of Mr. Brian Warren, and they're going to tell us very briefly their name and what they do as far as data input so that we can produce results immediately. Your name, sir, and what do you do?
Brad Prokaska, and I'm the photographer, and I help with data entry.
Thank you. And you, sir?
Nick Koski, and I enter the data into the computer.
And then what happens to it after that?
It just brings out the results.
And we give those to who?
People I don't know.
Yeah, you do? Come on now.
The people who do the times, I think.
There you go. We give them back to the people, your teachers, so that they can indicate who the winners are. And you, sir?
Josh Kloss.
Josh, what are you doing?
I do the data entry with Nick.
All right, so you're part of this link in the chain that is pretty important. In order for him to put it in there, you have to give it to him. Is that correct? All right. And we've got a couple ladies that are doing some calculator and math problems. And your name?
Caitlin Lyons.
And Caitlin, what are you doing?
What I'm doing is I figure out the miles per hour of the car.
And how do you do that?
We have our formula, which is rate equals distance divided by time, and then we times that by 0.682.
Very good. You got that down. I'm impressed. That's wonderful. And you're working on some more calculations here.
Hi, my name's Danielle Aden, and well, I'm basically doing the same thing Caitlin is, and we've got our formula, and then in class we converted it over to miles per hour, and we figured out what the decimal is, and we're just timesing it.
All right, so this kind of gives some real importance or relevance to the math that you've been studying. Is that correct?
Yep.
And this is the same type of math that you could be using on the MEP produced by the Michigan Frameworks and Benchmarks curriculum standards. So we're very excited about this. This is just one more way of making students know how the MEP works. Mr. Houghton, could you give us a little background on how this race came about, and perhaps more importantly, what is the process that students have to go through in order to enter the race and then obviously be successful?
Well, this has been our 4th annual CO2 challenge race, the origin of this is that at the state level, the MITES conference, they have this race every year, and so we decided that we wanted to do something that not all students that can be submitted to the state race, so we decided that it would be nice to be able to do it here. We did some searching in terms of equipment, the timers and that, and so it kind of evolved into this is a good idea. So 4 years ago we started at Central, and this is where we're at, and I think things are shaping up. We've explored some possibilities. As far as what the students have to do to prepare, each student has an opportunity to do it during a 9-week period. At least at Holland Woods. I know that at the other middle schools it may be a little different. I actually give them about 4.5 weeks here at Holland Woods to first they start with a design. They do a thumbnail sketch. They draw it up in detail, and they apply that to a blank of wood, which is basswood. And they go through the process of cutting it out at the bandsaw, filing it, sanding it, and then of course the finish is very important in assembly. So all in all, it's about 4.5 weeks that the students are involved in this at Holland Woods. It varies, like I said, from school to school.
Now, when you say a blank or block of wood, to me that means kind of like something similar to a piece of 2x4. At least that's something that people could relate to, that it's not cut out or anything. It's just a hunk of wood. Is that correct?
Right. It comes almost in a wedge shape. It's 1.5 inches wide and 12 inches, and the students have some limitations that they have to follow, but that blank is their starting point. They have, in fact, the hole is drilled in the back for the CO2, and that's what they start with.
So with that block of wood, then they've got to take something from their head that they create kind of like in a fine arts curriculum idea, and then that has to come out the end of their arm, because I believe they have to do a sketch. They have to do a sketch, and then they have to take that sketch and make that block of wood look something like that sketch. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. And you know, we talk about some of the characteristics of that car that would allow it to go fast. We talk about aerodynamics. We explore that possibility. We talk about the lightness of the car in terms of, or being relative to how fast it will go. So those are things that they have to consider. We also explore this once they've made the design and they've cut it out. I give them an opportunity to weigh it out to see where they're at. And if they say, you know, if they decide that they can do some more cutting away and change the design, I allow them to do that. So, you know, it's an explore. They explore those possibilities, and it's an ongoing process in terms of the design. It's not just one design and stick with it. I let them to explore other possibilities.
Well, it's another wonderful way, of course, of integrating math and science, because you were talking about some basic physics principles there, and also with the technology that we're putting together. So, Dennis, once again, we'd like to thank you for your hospitality, and this has been a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Today we're interviewing some of the students who participated in the race, and we have with us today
Mike Millsap from Chippewa Middle School, 8th grade.
8th grade, all right. Can you tell us a little bit about the process and the benefits of this race car challenge?
Well, you get to build a car and race it, and get an award if you get a good car or something.
All right, let's see that award.
Yeah,
what did you win?
The best paint job.
The best paint job.
Second place.
Second place.
Yep.
All right. Well, congratulations. And did you learn anything about painting? Does it take a lot of patience?
Yeah, you gotta put a few coats on there and sand it down a lot.
So there's a process that you learn.
Yeah.
All right. And how did you happen to pick your color?
I just sort of picked one out and didn't have very many choices.
Is that your favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color.
You don't have a favorite color. And what color was your car?
Blue.
Blue. Is it over here?
Yeah, it's right.
Well, why don't you grab it and let's show the audience.
This one right here. It kind of tipped over a little.
All right. Well, sometimes these cars go down the track so fast that you can't see them, but this is a car that won second place, best finish. All right. And what are these things here sticking out?
The axles for the wheels.
All right. Let's turn it over so they can see the bottom. Okay. Now you've got skinny bicycle-like tires on the front and little wider ones on the back. Why is that?
That's what he gave me.
That's what who gave you?
My tech teacher.
All right, but why did you choose to put them together like this?
That's how he said to put them on.
And
I guess because it kind of lifts it up a little.
There you go. All right. And why is this shaped down and sloped in the front?
I figured it might be a little more aerodynamic.
All right. And what does that mean?
It'll go faster.
All right. Because of?
Less resistance.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you, and congratulations on winning second for the best paint job. All right. And we have with us here?
Pearl Paulinius from Fort Gratiot Middle School.
And what grade?
8th.
All right. And did you enter a car today?
Yes, I did.
And how'd you do?
I don't know. I did okay. I got about 1.28 or something like that.
Okay. And is that pretty good?
That's pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
All right. And tell us about the car process that you went through.
You learned a lot about geometric construction and using it with aerodynamics to make the shape of your car, and it took a lot of work, and I don't know. It took a long time, but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a car here close by?
Yeah.
All right. Can you grab it for us?
Okay.
And I see you have a green participation ribbon. One of the things we do to make sure that every student is a winner is make sure that they get a ribbon, an award. And then, of course, they're always champions in the particular classes. But that's a pretty nice paint job. Is that kind of your favorite color, sparkly?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And let's see the underside of it. All right. And you got big, slick, solid tires in the back and little bicycle wheels here. And why did you have this narrow strip here?
I had a narrow strip here basically to make the weight down lower. You had to have a certain amount of area around the part where the CO2 cartridge goes in, which this is a pretty big chunk of wood anyway, so I wanted to make it weigh as less as possible.
Okay, so it'll be lighter.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if it's lighter, it ought to go faster, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And your name, please?
Melissa Smith. I'm from Holland Woods Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade.
And you're in the 8th grade. And do you have a car here?
No.
You don't have a car here, but you've been working really hard. And what have you been doing?
I was taking the cars off the end of the race and put them on the table.
Okay. And part of that process is because of after the racing, and you've been part of the pit crew kind of thing? Okay. And that's a very important part. So you're learning a lot of teamwork skills, right? And what if you didn't work together? What would happen?
We'll have a fight.
Yeah, have a fight. All right, well, and that could really happen. But more than that, some people's feelings might get hurt, or they might not get a fair shake, and so there's a fairness issue here too, right? And we're doing teamwork. All right, thank you very much.
Third place, third fastest time. Can you give me that time again, what the time was? .096 was Zach Shibley. Okay, can I have the trophy over here? Here, can you guys move back?
Sorry. Third place right there.
Third place. Congratulations. Good. Yeah, hey, Zach, you can get a ribbon there. Okay, second place. What was the time on that again? 1.088, and this was Ernest Sanchez. Ernest, congratulations. There's a ribbon. And there you go. Good job. And for our fastest time at 1.018 was Mike Hills. Congratulations. Mike Hills, where are you at? Congratulations, Mike. There you go. There's the trophy, and good job. Okay, I want to thank everybody who participated.
Let's get those winners with the trophy right over.
Yeah, if we can do that. I'd like to thank everybody who participated. I'd like to thank all the pit crew. Do we have all our trophy winners up here? All our trophies winners. We have other trophy. Best show, most unique design. You guys want to get in here? Here, why don't you guys move over this way? Best design over there, best paint, all that. You know, just bring them in. Bring them in. Okay, and just have your trophies out in front of you. I don't know if you have your cards. Okay, is that everybody? I know I got a few more trophies here. Okay. So here's our winners for the 2002 CO2 Race Car Challenge, Industrial Arts Technology. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating and being great winners here. Thanks again to all those who have participated in this. Okay. And I think that's the end of it. Thanks again. We'll see some of you possibly next year. Especially those